Well, it looks like Bitcoin isn't the only corporate treasury reserve asset that's going to be used in this upcoming bull market. It looks like a meme coin, something that started off as a joke. Doge is also being considered for a treasury reserve asset. Let's talk about this one. Okay, so I want to take a quick minute, share some thoughts in reference to the current crypto boom and where things are currently at and where they're heading, and my 2 cents on this whole matter and how we're being set up for what could be a very profitable short and long-term digital asset transition as we move out of the old and into the new. So in this video here, I want to share my 2 cents on some activity out of Canada in which a company has decided to bring on Dogecoin as a part of their strategic reserve asset allocation, which will definitely open up the door to other companies considering to do the same. But then again, what this will do is ultimately provide more competition to Bitcoin because it is not the only digital asset that people can use to protect themselves from the destruction of fiat, because there's a few principles I want to share with you that can apply to multiple blockchains as a way to hedge against the coming race to the base when it comes to fiat. But as always, if you guys want to see more of these little short quick takes, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you click the bell notification so that you're notified when these videos are released. And then if you're new to the community, welcome. So make sure you subscribe so you can check in on a regular basis as I put these videos out, because my goal here is just basically keep you informed as to what's happening in the mainstream news, provide a little bit of a spin on it to give you an alternative approach to it, and to hopefully keep you one step ahead of all the activity so that you can prepare, profit, and hopefully prosper in the days ahead by thinking outside the box. But let's dive right into it. So what exactly am I talking about here? Here we have an article from Decrypt that says the micro strategy of Dogecoin. So the firm is amassing Doge as a treasury reserve asset. So this came out yesterday, and I thought it was worth mentioning just because what we're up against as a society, as a human species for the most part, is the transitioning of our monetary system. And so therefore, anything that can serve as a monetary medium in the days ahead will offer opportunities for people to take advantage of, especially given the fact that everything we currently price the world assets in are denominated in dollar terms. And so what we're witnessing now is just the beginning. We haven't even started to witness price appreciation when it comes to these type of assets here. And I'll explain more of that in a minute. But first, let's dive in. It says here, is Spirit Blockchain Capital trying to become the MicroStrategy of Dogecoin? It says, according to CEO Louis Bateman, the digital assets manager, acquisition of Doge Holdings, first revealed in October, would be, with more details announced last week, was partly inspired by MicroStrategy's Bitcoin buying playbook. But the Canadian firm said it has a bigger plan than just leveraging their 48 billion meme coin as a treasury reserve asset. It says, quote, we are going to hold a significant balance sheet of Dogecoin over the coming months and coming years, Bateman told the Decrypt interview on Friday. But we also want to build out the ecosystem. We want to institutionalize that. Then he goes on to say, according to a Spirit Press, Dogecoin's holding was founded by a group of Dogecoin supporters, and the company's portfolio includes, quote, range of digital assets, intellectual property, and strategic partnerships that dovetail with this team technical know-how. And so here you have the idea of a capital firm looking to strategically hold digital assets of a variety of assortments for the sole purpose of trying to build on top of, because they recognize the writing on the wall when it comes to holding large amounts of fiat currency in their portfolios. Given the current environment we're in, we're going to see a lot more currency debasement because of the debt load the nation states have and their need to continue to flood the world with currency in order to prop up the current system as it's being presented. And so what I believe makes this story unique is the fact that another company just hold another digital asset beyond Bitcoin as a strategic reserve. When it comes to holding alternative investments outside of fiat currency, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize some of the core principles that's needed in order to really take advantage of these opportunities as a result of the world being flooded with fiat. And so number one, any monetary medium, whether it be gold, silver, Bitcoin, or Doge, that has a predictable or manageable total supply with that particular asset can create an environment of scarcity, because we live in a world where there's unlimited, in which governments can create dollars, euros, yen, rubles at the drop of a dime based upon economic conditions. And so everyone knows that Bitcoin has a fixed supply at 21 million. And even though Dogecoin has a much higher available supply, it's still scarce in comparison to the amount of currency that will be created in the days ahead. So as of right now on the screen, you can see that Dogecoin is 37 cents per coin. And what makes this one of many other assets that I think might be strategically held in the days ahead as a reserve asset for corporations is because of the predictable nature of the coins in circulation. So as you can see right here, the total supply is 146 billion coins with a max supply that's unknown. But the thing that is predictable is the fact that we know that it requires actual energy as well as mathematical computations in order to produce new blocks, which then produces the Dogecoins itself. Whereas with Federal Reserve notes in Canadian dollars, it requires no work. It just needs a simple tapping of the keyboard in order to create something. So this in and of itself is becoming of value to a lot of people because you can predict the total supply that will be produced in the future somewhat. And so the supply in of itself is relatively controlled. Therefore, as more currency is created in the future, the demand for things such as this will definitely increase, which will result in upward trajectory of the price as well. So as you can see on the screen right here, as of today, Dogecoin has gone up from a mere 7 cents a year ago. And in my opinion, it's not because it's something special, but because it has a second property, which I'm gonna talk about, which is community. To ask a simple question, how big is the Dogecoin community? community, it gives some very interesting information as to what the current figures are. And it says the Dogecoin community is one of the largest, most active within the cryptocurrency space. It says Reddit membership, the Dogecoin subreddit boasts about 1.6 million subscribers, making it one of the largest cryptocurrency communities on the platform, though still smaller than Bitcoin at 2.8 million and larger than Ethereum, 821,000. Then it says as of early 2024, there's approximately 3.6 million addresses holding any amount of Doge, indicating a broad base of users. And so there you have millions of people interested in participating in a community of like-minded individuals that see value, whether it be speculation or use case. There are still people out there that want to use Doge and hold it because they recognize the value that it offers them. And I'm sure it has a lot to do with something of the scarcity nature, given that we're going to witness a flooding of the world with our currency as this monetary system continues to unravel. And so it's my opinion that this current market activity is very small compared to where it's going to go. So right now we're 36 cents for Doge, and it's a 50 billion market cap, which ranks number 6 out of all 2 million or so cryptos that's been created. It's still peanuts compared to where it's going to go because of the debt-based system we're in and the fact that governments are going to print and juice the market like we never could have imagined. And then the last and most important principle, which makes a world of difference for projects like this and others as to why corporations want to hold these type of things on the balance sheets, and that's a total US dollar market cap for the entire crypto community in general. And so as of right now, we're at $2.9 trillion market cap for all 2 million coins. And as we have witnessed over the last 15 years since Bitcoin has been operational, but then again on CoinMarketCap, when they first started tracking cryptos, going back to 2013, when the market cap was 1.5 billion total for about 100 or so cryptos, the market has grown substantially. From the very market pump, which took place in about 2013 or so, which peaked with about 12 or 13 billion dollars in of itself, all the way to this bull market in January of 2018, where it peaked at 828 billion, to the peak, which took place in 2020, where the market cap was 0.86 trillion, and to today, where we're 0.91. And so there we have 4 cycles, and the market cap is still under $3 trillion. And so my expectation for this entire space in the next 12 to 24 months, I anticipate at least a market cap of 10 trillion. And at that type of valuation there, that means $4 trillion in Bitcoin alone, which would put it at about $500 to $700,000 per coin. And then you just look at all the coins beneath it and the amount of currency that's going to go into them, because they have the first principle working for them, which is a predictable supply going up against an unlimited amount of fiat currency and a $10 trillion crypto market cap. So that means Ethereum, which is number 2, which is about $3,200 right now, will easily be 15, 20 a coin, and then Solana $2,000 to $5,000. Binance will be $5,000 to $6,000 a coin, and then where does that leave Doge? Anywhere between $5 to say $15 per coin because of the infinite nature of currency. So once again, I can understand 100% how a firm can add Doge as a speculative investment because it has more trust in that than actual governments themselves. And then that's just the second coin between Bitcoin and Doge, and of course Ethereum. I'm sure is going to be added to balance sheets. There's going to be a lot of players that add a multiple basket of currencies in the days ahead. So once again, just want to take a minute, share with you what's happening, my expectations for this entire crypto space, given the nature of our current debt structure and the fact that governments will print themselves into oblivion just because that's what they do best. So once again, curious to hear your thoughts on this. What are some of those figures that I put out there? Are they completely astronomical, or are they within scope, or are they too small given that where things are heading? But once again, between now and then, I expect a lot of volatility. So therefore, it's going to be a lot of up and down. So for those who speculate, having a game plan as to how you might get in, get out is something to consider. And then as always, with all these potential gains that people might experience in the crypto space, being able to take some of those dollar price appreciation from some of those gains there and then putting it into something tangible and real might be a way of diversifying outside of the crypto space, knowing that this fourth boom that's coming, in my opinion, could be the last of its kind because of the reset that we're going through. And then after all this is said and done, we're going to be in an entirely different world. So anyway, just sharing some thoughts. Curious to hear what you think. If you found value, once again, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe. Drop some comments down below. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this. And then take this and share it so more people can get an alternative perspective as to what's really going on. And I'll catch you guys later.